Yes, you can start.
So my topic is deconstructive study of the Ramayana. Now these are my personal informations, and these are the points that I have to ponder. The first, it is very important to understand that what is deconstruction. So according to Oxford Dictionary, deconstruction means a method of critical analysis of philosophical and literary languages which emphasizes the internal working of language and conceptual system, the rational quality of meaning, and the assumptions implicit in form of expressions. So the term deconstruction was originated by French philosopher Jacques Derrida in 19th century, and he take reference of this term from Um, Martin Heidegger's project that he wanted to translate it into French from German, and he says that and Derrida says that deconstruction is not destruction. Means deconstruction is not, it is not means to break something or like to apart something, but it is something that is we can use to analyzing something, some text, or we can say something in more smaller part and deeper way. So deconstruction is also we can call literary and philosophical analysis, and some figures, important figures that are related with this deconstructive studies along with Derrida is Paul Demon, J. Hills Miller, and Barban Johnson. And now after that, let us look that what is Ramayana. So Ramayana is the first Sanskrit epic by Valmiki, and it consists 4,000 slokas and 7 canots, like kandas like Aranya Kand, Sundar Kand, Yuddh Kand, or other Kand. And Ramayana is dated variously from 500 BCE to 100 BCE. And we can also say that Ramayana is a story of King Ram and a female protagonist Sita and their marriage. And after that, Sita was abducted by Ravan, the king of Lanka, and the war between Ram and Ravan. So it is also considered as a story of good and evil. And now deconstructive study of Ramayana. So first I have taken several scenes from Ramayana to deconstruct. First scene I have taken is Sita Swayamvar. So we find that Sita, King Janak, the king of Mithila, are organized Sita Swayamvar, the Swayamvar of her daughter, and in that he invited all the kings from various regions. And when we look this, when we analyze or deconstruct this, we find that there are all the men from various regions came together in the Sita Swayamvar to win Sita. So here if we analyze it with feminist point of view, we find that Sita is taken as a object whom everyone wants to win. And there is one shlok also there who is which is telling that how her father only describing her as an object. So it is taken from Balkand Sarg 71, which was from Valmiki Ramayan, that was uploaded by IIT Kanpur. In that he says that I offered my daughter Sita, who looked like a celestial maiden, as a reward for Rama's prowess, and my second daughter Urmila to Lakshmana. I proclaim in 3 times so that there is no doubt about it. So we find that how a father of her daughter is considering her daughter as a reward for Ram, that if he did something good, then I have give my daughter to him as a reward. So according to feminist point of view, it is very, we can say, problematic thing. A woman's personal choice has no paying no place here. Now the second is Sita's kidnapping, or we can say Sita Haran. So in that we find that there is one part in which Sita in the childhood playing with the arrow of Lord Shiva, and that in the Swayamvar, a great kings, there are several kings are also not able to just put up that arrow. And when we see that, because of this incident, we find that how much powerful Sita is. But when Sita was kidnapped by Ravan, we find that Sita are saying like in the slok, she is saying that, "Oh, mean Ravan, are you not ashamed of kidnapping me when I was separated from my husband?" So by this statement, we find that Sita is like a powerless girl who is dependent on her husband, or we can say her husband is here come as a protector to him. Without him, she could not be protected. So she is appealing to Ravan that, why you kidnapped me when I was separated from my husband. That means she is saying that, okay, if I am separated from from my husband, I am weak, and then you say, then you kidnapping me. If I am with my husband, then he will fight with you. He might be fight with you and win, and you cannot able to um, we can say kidnapped me. So we find that she is coming here as a a weak character. So the incident when we in the childhood, she is powerful, and in this incident of kidnapping the Sita, she is weak. So we have confusion between this Ramayana, that which Sita's character is appropriate, which is right, that she is powerful or not. So this is a kind of confusion there. And now the third point is deconstruction of Sita's character. So Sita is always in our present society also, we find that she is believed as a ideal wife, daughter-in-law, mother, and a woman, and she is a sweet talk woman. But when we see that some of the part in the some of the part of Ramayana, we find that she is speaking something which is not appropriate according to our society also. Today is we can say bad words. The one incident I have taken is when there is a scene that Sita like a golden deer, and she told to Ram that I want that deer, and Ram go to take that deer for Sita. And when Ram killed that deer, he turns into the human, and he shouted that, "Save me, Sita, save me, Lakshman." These kind of things that she shouted in the voice of Ram. So Sita thinks that, okay, Ram is in the trouble, and she told Lakshman to go there and to save Ram. But when Lakshman denied that I have to protect you, that duty is given to me by Ram, so I cannot go there and protect Ram, but I want to protect you. Then she is using very inappropriate words, and we can say in the anger, and that words are like, "It is possessed me that you wish Rama's death. You do not rush to him certainly because of greed of me." She is saying that you have greed for me, and that's why you are not going to help Rama. If Rama will die, then your path will be clear. So you have that mentality in your mind. So we find that from when it is coming, that this mentality of Sita, from when it is coming, that she thought that, okay, this person have greed for me, Lakshman have greed for me. If it is not in the psyche of Sita, then it is not coming out. If she has that thought in her mind psychologically, then only it is coming out. So we find that when someone now in the present society, people are believing that Sita is like Sati kind of Stri, and she is just denoted to Ram only. Then we find that how where from where this thought of like greed for me is coming. Then also we deconstruct it as in a way that Sita is believing as a sweet talking woman, so she is not using the bad words and other things. Now when Ravan is taking him out, we find that she is in a miserable condition, and she is using several words like which is not appropriate, or we can say acceptable by our society also. So in that time it is not even it is not appropriate that time also. And one example of that I have taken here also. She is saying that, "Oh, ignoble, cruel Lakshman, you are a disgrace to your family. I think this great disaster of Rama is a pleasure to you." Now we see that how she is blaming to Lakshman without knowing truth. So here we find that her character, like ideal character, is breaking down. Now the fourth point I have taken is north south conflict. So in north south conflict, we find that Ayodhya is in the north, and Sri Lanka is in the south. So Rama, Lakshman, and Sita is from north, is from north, and the tribal people of like Sugriv Sena, or we can say other people are from south. So now when Rama, Lakshman and Sita we here consider as a colonizer, and tribal people of south we can consider as a colonized people. So when Rama, Lakshman and Sita came to in that part in the south, they are just overpowering, or we can say influenced all the tribal people, and all the tribal people like Sugriv Sena and all other that we have one reference of Navik, or we can say the botman, who was also influenced by them, and they are just giving orders to them. And we find that the entire Sena, Sugriv Sena was denoted to Ram, to helping him to in his mission, that whatever he want to do, if he want to find Sita, he will they will help them to find Sita. And they are not even, we can say, they are not even caring for their lives. So we find that. And Sugriv we can take as a king of we can say, when colonizers came into the India, there are many kings, they are deal with them, and now and after then their entire Sena are belong to that colonizers. So same way Ram go to the south, they are deal with Sugriv, that they killed Ram killed Vali, and in the return they help them to find Sita. So now here Sugriv came as the king, then Ram is colonizer, go to them and tell them to help and deal with them, and then all the Sugriv Sena are belong to Ram only. So how we find that, how he is using that Sugriv Sena also. Now the fifth is Hanuman as a Lakshman savior. There is one scene that Lakshman was fainted, and Hanuman has given that duty to bring that, we can say, mount that medicine for Lakshman from the mountain. So he go to this north, now in the Kashmir, or in the present time it is a Kashmir, and bring that part of not bring just one, we can say, medicine, but they are bring the entire mountain, the part of mountain there. So in present time, if you find that it is okay if we bring that to save Lakshman, but what about the tribal people who are living there in the north? They are lose their, we can say, fatherly mountains one part. So it is problematic if we are here, we are like, we can say, heroism we are giving, considering him great to Hanuman, but the people who are there is not considering him great, even they don't even want to speak their name. So here I have taken one poster which is of Dronagiri Parvat, the place from where Hanuman lifted that Sanjeevani. And they are in the present time also, they are not believing in Hanuman, and they are hating Hanuman because they depart, Hanuman depart a part of mountain from there. Now the sixth is Rama murdered Vali. So we find that Rama has no personal grudge with Vali, and still he murdered Vali. Why? Because he is greedy to find Sita, and in that only the regional people, or we can say tribal people, can help him. So Sugriv and her Sena, and his Sena is the tribal people, and he has agreed to find Sita. So he want to deal with Sugriv. So why he? So he make a deal that, okay, I will kill Vali for you, and then Sugriv will help to find Sita. And because of that grudge, he killed innocent people. So we find that the characteristic that he is always do of Ram, that he is always doing justice, and for the sake of justice he sent her pregnant wife to jungle. It is breaking down here. Now if we see that here, there is one shlok I have taken from Kishkindha Kand, Sarg 19. It is saying that severally battered by stones, hit by trees, and pursued by Rama's arrow, Vali lost consciousness as the end of his life was nearing. So this is showing that how Ram killed that innocent Vali without any without any regret, and then taking care of his son also, Angad. And now the seventh is Rama failed as a good husband and a father. So as we see that he sent her pregnant wife into forest just because of one person from his region telling that your wife is not, we can say, pure or pavitra. He, without knowing or without analyzing that what is the truth, he just sent him to that because of the responsibility as a king. But what about the responsibility as a husband, as a responsibility as a father? So he is not considered here as a good father or good husband. Also he take ordeal of Sita, or we can say Agni Pariksha in our language, that ordeal of Sita. Then see, if we find that this is also not a man, this is not a good husband who is taking ordeal of Sita, even if she is once give that ordeal, she second time when at the end part of Ramayana, second time when the entire region is telling, and all the people from the region of him telling that we haven't seen that Agni Pariksha that you have seen that Sita given, so we want this Agni Pariksha again. Then she again asked her to give Agni Pariksha, and Sita denied, and she just choose to die, or we can say in the go into the land. Then we find that Ashwamegh Yagna he did, and for that Sita wife is must be with him. So he is not think of like going to the forest and take Sita back, but he, instead of that, he choose to put idol of Sita there. And from this we find that, and that he got so famed that okay, the golden idol of Sita he made and he put, so people get influenced that he is like, oh, he is a great husband, that he made golden idol of his wife. But instead of putting idol, why he is not bringing Sita back? the There is a difference always, like there is, if you put idol there, it doesn't help in Sita, to Sita, that what Sita did with that golden idol. So that we find that he is not proven as a good husband and father. His characteristics are breaking down. Then we find that order of Sita when Ravan kidnapped Sita and Ram are both are separated, and both are met after the completed the war with Ravan, and when Ravan died they are meeting. And then Ram asking to Sita for the ordeal. Then why not Ram giving that ordeal? Because they both are like separated from each other, they both are not in the contact. Then if the woman can give, has to give order, then why not man has to give? So that patriarchal society or patriarchal thought, we find that it is working here. Or we also find that male dominance here, that only woman has to give we can say order, not to men. No one asked to give order to men. Now these are my citations, and thank you.
Yes, Himanshi. You mentioned your slide that Sita is a taken of object. The what is how you look up the woman as an object in the present day? If you yes, then why?
Yes, in present time also, woman is somewhere and somehow taken as an object. If we take that example, for example, like what is arranged marriage, and when there is a one ritual in arranged marriage, that the family of that boy are coming to the house of the girl, and they are looking that how she is going and serving the teas and all the things, and they are just observing that how she is looking, how she is behaving. So it is itself, it is like objectifying. We can compare it with, like, we are going in the market, we want to buy something, we are observing that thing, that okay, if it is working in a working well, then only we have to take, we have to buy that thing. So same thing we find in this system also. So they are objectifying objectifying the woman, that they are looking how she is behaving, how she is walking, how she is looking. So how in this way in present time also it is objectifying.